The gaming industry is preparing a lineup of upcoming titles that stand out with massive scale, advanced visuals, and ambitious gameplay ideas. These upcoming games are going to give unforgettable experiences through detailed worlds, intense action, and next-generation technology. Let's get into it!
Well, Mr. Walker, we both know you have your...
The Pines is a psychological horror RPG about former detective Edward Walker investigating a secluded retreat filled with hidden secrets and suspicious residents. Players can gather clues, complete side stories, improve skills, and join different factions while deciding who to trust. Combat uses melee weapons, limited firearms, dodging, and parrying against threats hiding in the forests. The S.T.A.L.K.E.R system changes enemy behavior based on player actions, creating persistent pursuers during investigations.
Welcome to the Pines.
Do you really believe they tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and all that bullshit?
Well, hello there.
These pigs, they talk to me. Whisper even sometimes. There was a whole lot more going on here than you can even start to imagine, Mr. Walker.
You feel right at home, Mr. Walker.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of Chornobyl is an open-world FPS with survival mechanics, faction conflicts, anomalies, and mutated creatures inside the Chornobyl exclusion zone. Players search for artifacts, manage hunger, radiation, bleeding, and sleep while using customizable weapons against hostile enemies. The game includes dynamic weather, a day and night cycle, branching story paths, and artificial intelligence systems that change combat encounters. Different factions, dangerous regions, and unpredictable mutants create constant pressure during travel and combat.
It's time. Each of them have saved my life once. In life, it's different here. Especially when you're staring into the darkness, not knowing what or who the hell is staring back. Once, I had a home. Now I have to find my place in the zone. She can take everything. Sometimes, she gives something back. She shows you who you really are. You can find anything you want there. Money, a bullet, betrayal. Friend, an enemy, death, even yourself. I didn't choose the zone chose me. Now, it's your time to choose.
Ruiner 2 is a cyberpunk action RPG built around fast combat, character switching, and build customization. Players control a hacker who uses the shell system to swap between different fighters during combat, each with unique abilities, roles, and progression paths. The game includes skill trees, crafting, weapon upgrades, resource management, and co-op support for up to 3 players. Combat rewards chaining abilities across multiple shells while fighting large enemy groups, bosses, and escalating challenges across different districts of Rankok. Don't Starve Elsewhere is a survival game where players gather resources, craft equipment, build shelters, and survive across dangerous environments filled with monsters and environmental hazards. The game includes procedurally generated regions with mountains, rivers, seas, caves, forests, and changing weather conditions that affect survival. Players can travel alone or with friends in online co-op while managing hunger, sanity, and environmental threats. A spreading fog system changes areas of the map and creates additional risks during exploration and combat.
Pirate's way of life is under attack.
Arrest them!
Corsair Cove is a pirate city builder, where players construct settlements across cliffs and islands while managing production chains, resources, and crew demands. The game includes shipbuilding, sea expeditions, raids, turn-based naval combat, and defensive fortifications against enemy fleets. Players can produce goods, recruit specialized workers and sailors, and expand trade and military operations across nearby islands. Progression unlocks new buildings, equipment, and ships through different development paths tied to wealth, seafaring, notoriety, and empire growth.
Build, manage, and rule your pirate haven. Turn your shabby settlement into a thriving hideout. Build wherever you like, and reach heights others wouldn't dare. Keep your crew happy, set up production lines, and run a tight ship. With enough resources, you can extend your reach, build mighty ships, and explore the 7 seas. Face whatever dangers or rewards await. But it's not just about what you build, but how you lead. Will you rule the seas? Plunder great treasures, become a legend, or dare to claim it all? So, matey, I'll ask again. How will you build your legacy?
Remothered Red Nun's Legacy is a survival horror game built around stealth, puzzles, and psychological horror inside a decaying residence near Mount Etna. Players control Susan as she searches for clues connected to missing children while avoiding deadly stalkers and supernatural threats. The game includes hypnosis mechanics that reveal memories, hidden passages, and environmental changes. Players must gather key items, solve puzzles, hide from enemies, and survive while uncovering the history connected to the Red Nun.
With open wings, a moth is ablaze.
The galaxy lies shattered.
Warhammer 40,000: Dawn of War 4 is a real-time strategy game where players command 4 different factions across large-scale battles in the Warhammer 40K universe. The game includes more than 70 campaign missions, along with skirmish, co-op, multiplayer, and last stand modes. Each faction uses different units, tactics, and battlefield roles, including the Adeptus Mechanicus appearing in the series for the first time. Players manage armies, control combat positions, and fight through fast-paced battles filled with heavy infantry and vehicles.
Mechanicus priests pursue knowledge long forgotten. Ancient horrors awaken. claiming dominion over all. And something still stirs below. Buried deep, lost for eons, and never meant to return. We stand defiant. Cronus must not fall. And we are not alone. Is untold. Only one thing is certain. War has returned to Cronus.
The Lost Wild is a first-person survival horror game where players survive against dinosaurs behaving like wild animals inside an overgrown wilderness filled with abandoned research facilities. The game uses stealth, distraction, tools, hiding, and non-lethal weapons to escape dangerous encounters. Players can scavenge useful items, move through different environments, and study dinosaur behavior to avoid attacks. The story follows a stranded survivor receiving guidance from a mysterious radio voice while uncovering secrets connected to the island and its facilities. Under a Rock is an open-world survival crafting game for up to 10 players set on a procedurally generated island filled with oversized wildlife, dangerous environments, and mysterious creatures. Players can gather resources, build large bases, farm, fish, fight enemies, and survive harsh nights across caves, oceans, and wilderness areas. The game also includes creature taming, breeding, and riding systems with different abilities useful for combat and travel. Each generated world changes resources, environments, and survival challenges between playthroughs. Subnautica 2 is an underwater survival game set on a new alien planet where players gather resources, craft equipment, build underwater bases, and survive dangerous oceans alone or in 4-player co-op. The game includes different biomes, hostile creatures, scanning systems, vehicles, and customizable tools used to travel deeper into the environment. Players can pilot the Tadpole submersible, study alien wildlife, and uncover mysteries connected to a stranded colony ship and its artificial intelligence while managing survival in unpredictable underwater regions. Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive is an action RPG based on the Solo Leveling webtoon where players control Sung Jin Woo through story missions, combat encounters, and co-op raids. The game uses fast-paced combat with dodging, parrying, weapon switching, and skill combinations connected to different job advancements. Players can unlock Monarch abilities, craft weapons from monster materials, and customize combat builds through progression systems. Online raids support up to 4 players against large enemies, while different hunters and abilities change combat strategies.
I am the Monarch of Shadows.
Moomintroll Winter's Warmth is a story-driven adventure game where players guide Moomintroll through snowy forests, mountains, and villages while solving puzzles and helping different characters. The game includes quests, environmental interactions, and conversations centered around winter life in Moomin Valley. Players can meet familiar and new characters, uncover hidden locations, and complete small tasks connected to the story. The adventure takes place across detailed winter environments, inspired by Nordic landscapes and the original Moomin stories.
Longing for someone to take care of him, Moomintroll decides to leave the safety of home and venture into a world he no longer recognizes. Soon, Moomintroll realizes there are others out there, others that need his help. Through being there for them, the reluctant adventurer discovers a courage of his own, learning that he's more capable than he ever imagined, doing all he can to help spring return to Moomin Valley.
When we die,
Atmosfar is an open-world survival adventure set across floating islands on an alien planet where players pilot flying crafts, gather resources, and build a mobile airbase called the Cloud Cruiser. The game includes different WASP aircraft classes with specialized functions for transport, combat, and utility tasks. Players can explore biomes, collect scrap, upgrade equipment, manage fuel and repairs, and survive dangerous weather conditions. Online co-op supports up to 4 players working together while uncovering the fate of a collapsed human colony.
Outpost of humanity. There is no other way. Tychos might still have the answer we're looking for. We have to find it before it's too late.
Nekome Nazi Hunter is a third-person action game where players control Vano Nastasu during a revenge mission across occupied areas during World War II. The game combines stealth, melee combat, traps, and environmental weapons, while enemies react dynamically to player actions. Enemy awareness, fear, and notoriety systems change patrol behavior, morale, and combat responses during missions. Players can scout enemy routes, perform assassinations, use improvised weapons, and chain targeted attacks together with parries and finishing moves during close-quarters combat encounters.
Nekome, I've seen what that rage can do to a man. It eats you alive. But I understand the Nazis have taken everything from us. So go on, my boy. Kill them all.
Guardians of the Wall is a co-op action RPG where players fight enemy hordes and large bosses beyond humanity's last fortress using melee weapons, ranged attacks, grenades, and special abilities. The game supports solo play and 4-player co-op with different heroes built around unique combat styles and progression systems. Players can unlock weapons, upgrade abilities, and collect temporary raid-based upgrades during missions. Handcrafted arenas and procedurally generated zones contain enemies, loot, and events that change combat encounters between different runs. Crop is a farming simulation and mystery game where players manage a decaying farm while supporting an isolated village facing starvation. The game includes digging trenches, planting crops, repairing equipment, installing pumps, producing compost, and protecting fields from pests and harsh weather. Players must balance farming tasks with investigation mechanics tied to hidden secrets surrounding the village and the land itself. Resource management, crop maintenance, and environmental preparation all affect survival, while strange events begin appearing around the farm after sunset.
Keep digging for answers. And you will reap what you sow.
It's a simple job.
Cordura is a 4-player co-op psychological horror game where players enter procedural Victorian labyrinths to collect resources and escape while managing sanity levels. The game uses proximity voice chat, but enemies can mimic teammate voices and appearances to create confusion during missions. Players must coordinate movement, track threats, and reunite with allies to restore sanity while the environment changes in real time. The game also includes permadeath systems, dynamic difficulty scaling, and shifting layouts that force teams to adapt during every run.
And keep it quiet. We don't know what happens in there, but that place, it twists men.
What are you doing?
Answer. And above all, remember, those places must remain closed. You see, it's a simple job.
We were prepped and ready for that.
Den of Wolves is a co-op first-person shooter where players work together as criminals, carrying out heists inside a cyberpunk city controlled by rival corporations. The game includes mission planning, stealth, hacking, sabotage, firefights, and dynamic objectives that can shift between quiet infiltration and large combat encounters. Players can choose weapons, gadgets, and tactics before entering missions while completing industrial espionage, theft, and assassination jobs. The setting uses advanced brain-based data systems, creating unusual environments and mind-based scenarios during certain operations. The Indigo Initiative is a first-person puzzle adventure where players use elemental abilities like fire, water, electricity, and magnetism to solve environmental puzzles across fractured dimensions. Players control Dr. Kepler while working with an AI assistant named AVA to investigate a collapsing multiverse and restore damaged areas. The game includes multi-step puzzles with different solutions, atmospheric locations, and traversal mechanics connected to elemental tools. Players can uncover hidden secrets, recover lost memories, and learn more about the corporation connected to the Cataclysm.
We'll put the pieces back together and find anyone still up there. Even.
Waking.
Koshmar: The Last Reverie is an action-adventure game where players control Violet as she travels through a plague-ridden city and enters nightmare rifts connected to sleeping citizens. The game includes rooftop traversal, wall sliding, combat abilities, crafting, and procedurally generated dream areas filled with enemies and rewards. Players can develop different fighting styles through dream and nightmare skill trees, while a sanity system changes Violet based on decisions and actions. Sealing nightmare rifts unlocks resources, story details, and new threats connected to the spreading plague.
Buried in your shadow. When nightmares reign and the world chokes in its sleep. This power corrupts, consumes, contorts. Embrace it, wield it, or fight
it. Shark Dentist is a horror roguelike where players treat the teeth of giant sharks inside a dangerous underwater clinic while trying to avoid waking them. The game includes resource management, multitasking systems, and randomized dental problems that change between runs. Players must monitor stress levels, pulse, oxygen supply, and anesthesia while using different tools such as drills, syringes, mirrors, and saws. Random events like equipment failures and sudden pain spikes create additional pressure during treatments where mistakes can quickly become fatal. Breathedge 2 is a first-person space survival game where players travel across different star systems while managing resources, vehicles, crew members, and spaceship upgrades. The game includes crafting, exploration, combat, and survival mechanics connected to dangerous planets, hostile enemies, and space hazards. Players can pilot ships, drive vehicles across planetary surfaces, gather resources, and expand ship functions with new compartments and equipment. Crew management also affects progression, since companions have personal goals, responsibilities, and reactions tied to the player's decisions and leadership. Axe of Blood is a third-person beat-em-up game where players control Hendra as he fights through the fictional city of Bandapa, seeking revenge against corrupt officials and criminal groups. The game uses fast hand-to-hand combat with attacks, counters, blocks, finishers, melee weapons, and firearms across different stages and boss encounters. Players can also use destructible environments during fights and move through levels using parkour mechanics. Outfit customization allows different appearances while progressing through combat-focused missions and story events. Felt That Boxing is a boxing game where players control Ezra Fuzz E. Wright through tournament fights against unusual opponents across different arenas. The game uses physics-driven combat with punches, dodges, blocks, special attacks, and chaotic flailing mechanics during matches. Players can also complete training minigames to unlock new moves and abilities before entering tougher fights. Story progression unlocks costumes, taunts, music, and combat upgrades, while each opponent introduces different arena hazards, mechanics, and fight styles throughout the tournament.
Don't waste my time!
Save us, Fuzzy. OVERDRIVE!
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Eat bread, crap, burnt toast, carb load!
This meat ain't gonna beat itself!
I've been taking dumps in there all day! Jab, jab, jab!
Last Flag is a 5 vs 5 third-person shooter focused on capture the flag matches with hero-based abilities and team coordination. Players hide their flag before searching large maps for the opposing team's flag while fighting across different combat zones. Each character has unique weapons and abilities that support different attack and defense roles during matches. Teams can earn cash for upgrades and must defend captured flags for 60 seconds against enemy counterattacks before securing victory.
Red team is barely breaking a sweat here. Let's see if Blue Team has got what it takes to hang on for the win.